check. Mic check. Allow me. Mic check. Mic check. Allow me to reintroduce myself. Mic check. Mic check. So welcome to this amazing session, people, where we tell you who we are, because a lot of you have been asking, who is Savo and what does Savo do? So Savo is a real estate investment company that designs, sells, builds and manages affordable, amazing apartments. You have 6 complete projects here in Nairobi, starting with Laser Place Rongai, then 90 Degrees by Savo, then Coral Bells by Savo in Thedegwa, then Savo Studios back in Embakasi. We went to Roysambu with Royal Suburbs, and then Savo Skywalk in Gong Road, and of course our up and coming baby Savo Sunset. So thank you guys for your time, and I can't wait for me to tell you more about us. See you next time, guys.
Us this wonderful chilly evening. We hope you're having a wonderful week, a wonderful new month. We'll get to talk about that later on, but allow me to start with a word of prayer. Yeah, so thank you, Lord, for having us here. We pray that this session is going to be engaging. Please guide the conversation, guide every word that you're going to speak here today. Let it be fruitful and enlightening and edifying to everyone who will be watching here today. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen. So thank you so much, everyone who's joining in. Please drop the fire emoji if you've just joined in, and let me know where you're watching from. Don't number tuko live pale Instagram. Yeah, just checking on that. Yeah, so drop the fire emoji. Let me know where you're watching from today. And today I have a lot of exciting new things. I don't know if you can see from my table. Leo niko na mavitu mzuri. Yeah, and drop the fire emoji. Let me know you're watching from. And happy new month, guys. Happy new month, happy new quarter. We hope your month or your quarter started as exciting as ours did. We just closed the first quarter. Now with the new month, we are into the second quarter of the year. Yeah. Imeenda haraka sana. It's been so fast. It's gone really fast. And but that means you're busy. And one of the things that you're busy doing is we are busy winning awards. Yeah. We've just recently won, last week actually, an award from KPRA. This is the industry recognition for Affordable Housing Project of the Year, yeah, in construction, and that is us, Savo City. So, makofi pale kwa comment section, guys. I'd like to see that, yeah, as we go on. So, yeah, we just won that award last week, and it's thanks to you guys, thanks to you, our investors, thanks to you, our residents, who engage with us, who engage with the products that we bring into the market and enable us to actually bring the affordable apartments, yeah, into the market space. So thank you so much. And another exciting thing that happened as we started last month, this month, and as we closed last month, was that we had an open mic session here at one of our residential communities, Coral Bells by Savo, and it was really amazing. I don't know if you'll be able to share some photos, but oh my God, we have amazing talent in these residential communities. We got residents who came to sing, residents who came and did poems. We had even internal Savorites here who also performed. We have a Mr. Politician, the guy who started the video or the live stream by allowing him to introduce himself. Yeah, that guy is a really good poet. And he did one piece called Mr. Politician. We'll get to play it for you sometime later on, but it was really nice. So that's one thing that happened. And if you'd like to be part of our residential communities, there's an opening, there's a chance for you to join one of our residential communities, which is a new one. Yeah, so you get to define what it looks like, who it's made of. So if you'd like to join it, we are close to launching Savo Sunset, which is in Thedegwa. And we have studios, 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, even 3 bedrooms this time for the first time ever. Yeah, for the first time ever, we have 3 bedrooms. So if you'd like to be part of the Savorite residential community, please watch out for when we'll be launching it. And the best time and when you will know that we'll be doing that is if you subscribe to our channel. You can see Mutisia, yeah, who's in, says congratulations. Thank you so much, Mutisia. I know you've subscribed because I saw you last week on this webinar, so thank you so much. I can see also Calvin Masharia. There's Luke as well. Congratulations, Savo. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Luke, Calvin, and Mutisia for engaging. For the rest of us who are still inside the live stream, so let me know where you guys are watching from. I'm not sure if you're live on Instagram yet. Just checking. Not yet. So we can just go on. So the topic for today, yeah, fire-inspired decisions. Fire-inspired decisions. So yeah, it's a really interesting topic about how to make financial independence decisions. And if you've started the journey to financial independence, there are a lot of things that you need to decide on as you start the journey. So I'd like us to go through how to make decisions during that period as you walk on the journey to financial independence. And as we start that journey, or as we start defining, I'd like us to start by defining what financial independence is. And the way, yeah, I can see there's a poll right there. Have you started your FIRE journey? Let us know if you started your FIRE journey. So the way people define financial independence is usually very broad, and I'd like to know for Calvin, Mutisia, and also Luke, who are in the chat today. Please, let's engage. These sessions are usually best and lively if we engage and talk to each other. So what's your definition of financial independence? Yeah, how would you define, in just the least amount of words you can use? How do you define financial independence? Before I get to let you guys know how we here at Savo define financial independence, but I can give you guys my story of what I would have defined financial independence a while back, and it will to something different. And for me, before I joined Savo, the way I define financial independence is just a certain kind of lifestyle. I don't think I even knew the word financial independence as is. For me, it was just get a lot of money, yeah, from wherever it's gonna come from wherever kind of income I'm going to be earning, get that much money from wherever it's gonna come from. So, but once I joined Savo, I'm waiting to see the comments from you guys as to how you define financial independence. We define financial independence as having assets that generate for you sufficient monthly passive cash flow to finance your needs, wants, and desires. Yeah, and we have this thing called FIRE, and I'd like someone to explain it to you guys. I'd like someone. I don't know if you're already back there. I'd like someone to explain it to you guys what financial independence is. So please watch this video.
Nataka Maidi Shoma. Wapi? Hapo Savo. Ya mia. Na hata hingine ukulipa. Na uripe brava. Ah. Na watu wanafikiranga mimi nachomanga tu mei hapa. But allow me to introduce myself. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to tell you about FIRE. So you may ask, what exactly is FIRE? FIRE is an acronym that stands for Financial Independence, Retire Early, and financial independence is defined as having assets that generate sufficient passive monthly cash flows that enable you to satisfy your needs, your wants, and your desires. To know more about financial independence, join us in our next video. Anyway, acha niendelee kuchoma bei ndio nifike fire.
Audio, can you hear me now? Awesome. Yeah, I was saying that is my good friend Kinodia, ananichomeaga mahindi pale the Degwa, and he's defined for us what financial independence is and what FIRE, the acronym, stands for. FIRE stands for Financial Independence, Retire Early, and what financial independence is defined as is having assets that generate for you sufficient monthly passive cash flow finance your needs, wants, and desires. Having assets that generate for you sufficient monthly passive cash flow to finance your needs, wants, and desires. I can see Mutisia says he loved the definition from the FIRE podcast. Oh my God, how did I forget to mention about that? But kidogo hapo mwisho nitawaambia. Another exciting thing that we started off the quarter, with. And I don't know, FIRE, there is the financial independence part and there is the retirement early part. And I don't know how you guys define retirement or how you guys define that early retirement. We were in the retreat and someone mentioned retire with the word spelled as re, then tire for the gurudumu ya gari, that one. Yeah, and it was quite interesting where retirement, I think the way we defined or that journey will be the place where you get to redefine yourself or I don't know how to mention it, where you've actually achieved financial independence. You already have assets that earn you sufficient monthly passive cash flow to finance your needs, wants, and desires. But now you want, because once your needs, wants, and desires are sorted passive, you don't need to work for money actively anymore. So what do you do? Yeah. Where do you begin? Where do you start? Or what do you pursue? Because now you don't need to work for the money. So that's where the purpose comes in. And for me, that's what retirement looks like for me. That's what retirement looks like for me. And it's a place where you get to impact more. Yeah, it's a place where you get to pursue whatever God-given purpose it is that you have on this earth. And how do you know that you've now gotten to financial independence? How do you know that you've gotten to a place where you earn enough passive cash flow? Yeah, so you need to have something that is called a financial independence number. You need to have something that is called a financial independence number. And this is a number that is not standard. You can set whatever it is for you. I'd like to know if Mutisia or Jonathan, who's in here, if they do know what a financial independence number is. Yeah, and if they already have one. And a financial independence number is a thing that will enable you walk that journey. It's a thing that will enable you get there. It's a thing that will enable you know if you're on the path or off the path. Yeah, know if you're on the path or off the path to financial independence. Because now, if you start a journey that has no end, or if the journey or the end goal is a mirage, you won't measure progress. You won't know if you're actually taking steps on that journey. And most of us start our financial journeys that way, where we don't have a goal set. Yeah, we don't have a goal set as to where or what we are trying to achieve at the end of the day. You will find people putting money aside for savings, and probably the saving is to buy a certain asset, but why are you trying to purchase that asset at the end of the day? Yeah, you probably find somebody trying to buy certain things that save up for either a phone, a car, a laptop, or whatever other things that people save for out there. But at the end of the day, why is it? What is the reason behind your saving? What is the reason behind you investing huge sums of amount of money that that you have or that you've worked really hard for into something out there. So a goal is really essential in this financial independence journey, and that goal is a financial independence number, and it really helps you to keep track, of where you currently are at. So the financial independence number is the amount of passive cash flow that you need to be earning at a certain age. So it's time bound and it is measurable. Achievable and realistic at the same time. So make it simple, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound. So the financial independence number is the amount of passive cash flow you need to be earning at that age that you want to retire. A lot of people probably define retirement as that place where now you're very old. You've stopped working for money, or your body won't allow you to work for money, and you've been forced into retirement, either if you're a civil servant, because a lot of retirement is the one that you know from employment. So that place in retirement, or that place where I will define retirement as, is when I stop working for money anymore. And if I know Mutisia here listen to the podcast, one of the guys say that it is when money becomes irrelevant. That's how they defined financial independence. Just money becomes irrelevant. It's there. It's constantly there. You don't need to put in effort to go and get it anymore. So what do you do? For me, I define that as retirement. So that financial independence number, that amount of passive cash flow, is what you need to be tracking, is what you need to be measuring as you are on that journey to financial independence. I can see a few comments coming in. Thank you so much, Bilha, Agnes, and Mutisia, for still engaging me as we go on with this webinar. Bilha says they're tuned in from Royal Suburbs. Royal Suburbs is one of our residential communities in Roysambu. Thank you so much, Bilha. There's Agnes dropping the fire emoji. Mutisia says 200,000 in passive income. Right now, he is at 35K. They are at 35,000 shillings per month. Oh my God, this guy is, what percentage? Let me calculate for you how far you are on your financial independence journey. So 35,000, you're at a really good place, my friend. Just do that quickly for you at 18% of where you need to be. So keep on. I don't know what you say. How long has it taken you to get to where you are at? And I think it's a huge congratulations to you for getting to 35,000. It's not an easy journey. I can believe the assets that you've had to acquire on that journey for you to get to financial independence are not easy to acquire and are not cheap as well. But at the end of this webinar, I'll be letting you guys know what assets you can invest in. But I don't know, for Agnes, Bilha, and the rest of us in the comment section, what are your financial independence number? Mine is big, hairy, and audacious. Remind me to mention it. One of you guys should remind me to mention it at the end of the webinar, because it's really audacious. So and once you've defined this financial independence number, once you've defined where you want to get to, or how much you want to earn passively, like Mutisia's number is 200,000. By the time he decided he's at 200,000, probably he had started investing, probably he hadn't. But wherever point of your financial independence journey you're at, once you decide, you have to put in more action to enable you achieve that number in the specific time that you have set to achieve it. So, and when you get into that space of trying to achieve, trying to take the actions, trying to take the actions to enable you achieve financial independence, becomes tricky and it becomes hard. And I can bet, Mutisia, you haven't gotten there very easily. You can give us your story one day and time, but you first need to live below your means. And I remember my journey is a really tricky one, because for me, I started the journey when I'm in debt. So if you're in debt, first you need to clear off that debt. clear off that debt. And once your debts are cleared, please don't start any journey, any financial independence journey, or invest in somewhere else if you still have debt to pay off. Clear off your debts, yeah, so that you start that journey to financial independence. So once you've cleared off your debts, you need to find places to take this money. And before you even find places to take the money, you need to decide how much are you setting aside, how much are you investing every other month that will go to whatever investment that will be coming your way. How much is it? How much is that amount that you are going to be setting aside from your salary, yeah, or from your sources of income to investments, yeah? And also that percentage is a critical thing. You need to be able to calculate backwards. If your salary is going, if your income is going to be increasing at a certain amount, say every year, be it you're running a business or you're in employment, you can sort of say in the next 10 years, this is how much I expect to be earning, and sort of divide and see if it will be able to fit into your financial independence journey to invest a certain amount, yeah? Because you need to work backwards from that financial independence number to enable you know how much you need to invest every other month, yeah? Every other month. So once you decide you need to put money aside, you start doing your budget, yeah? And one categorization of the budgets that I think worked for me was number one, I had savings and investments. Number two, I had needs. Number three, I had wants. And as I was paying off my debts, I had debts, yeah? So if you categorize where your money goes in those are four categories. So there is savings and investments, which has to be the first one. Number two, there is your needs. So this is your rent, your food, just your basic needs, foods, shelter, clothing, basic needs. And then you have your wants, yeah? Your small desires of going out, I don't know, once a month, or eating out, or whatever, buying that new pair of shoes that you probably don't need, or whatever wants you feel or want at that moment. And then your debts, yeah? What are the debts that you need to be paying off, yeah? So once you put what you're earning into those categories, and even before it comes, and a good habit to put in place is do it even before you receive it, yeah? So that by the time you receive it, the money is already assigned a job, yeah? The money is already assigned a job by the time it gets into your account. Or if you're an entrepreneur, you need to have a very effective way to manage your money that keeps you disciplined, because you see now you can't mix business money and personal money. So you actually also need to pay yourself a salary from your business, yeah? So I think everyone earns a salary from, be it from their business or be it from employment. So once you know this is how much I'll be receiving at the end of the month, like today is it's the 5th. It's the 5th of the month. Before the end of the month comes, do you know where that money is going to go? Or it will get to the 5th of next month and you'll be like, okay, I don't know where that money went. Yeah, I don't know where the money went, because there's this quote where people usually say you have too much month left at the end of the money. Yeah, are you that person right now? Are you that person who has too much month left at the end of the money? Yeah, but if you plan yourself well, you will have enough money to take you through the month, yeah, and still put it in the correct things. So we were at that place where we've understood what a financial independence number is. Now we are taking the actions, and for us to take the action, we need a habit of budgeting, and budgeting will enable us know how much we are going to put aside initially. And putting aside money or now deciding that this 20%, this 30%, I'd like to know for Mutisia, what percentage of your income do you put aside every month? Yeah, what percentage of your income do you put aside every month? By the time you decide, let me put this amount aside, you've set aside some desire that you probably have. You could have used that money to fulfill those wants that you have, so that you invest or put your money in something that will come in the future. And this is what a lot of people call call delayed gratification. Yeah, this is what a lot of people call delayed gratification. So, and it's a really, really tricky topic. Let me say it that way. There is that pinch that you feel when you put that money aside, because you could live a better lifestyle, but you're actually not, just because you've decided to put that money aside in something else. Yeah, so it's a hard place. Yeah, and the thing for someone who's not learned that from early on, or from their initial incomes that they've been earning, it's a very hard habit to try and implement later on in your journey, in your income journey, or whatever journey it is that you're on. So is it really delayed gratification? And number two, is it really worth it? Mutisia here says he's currently investing 25%, 25% of what they earn passively. Thank you so much. That's a huge challenge. I'd like to know for the rest of us, Jimmy, Bilha, but Bilha here says, anataka 1 million per month. Nataka kufikisha 1 million per month passive cash flow. Yeah, do you guys think that is possible? For me, I think all these numbers are possible if you put yourself to work for it. Yeah, if you put yourself to ensure that you are actually on that journey, and now you put yourself on that journey by doing this thing of living below your means. Yeah, living below your means, which is also not an easy thing. So there's this equation that money usually brings. Yeah, so you get money, you spend that money, and then at the end of the day, you are a happy person. You become happy, or you enjoy whatever you bought with that money, be it a holiday, be it a vacation, be it a gadget, be it whatever it is. Yeah, and what we need to make that equation look like is you earn an income like everyone else. Yeah, but here you still invest part of that income. Yeah, invest part of that income, and invest in that income should give you gratification in and of itself. The fact that you are living below your means, should give you gratification. And if it doesn't, it's gonna be very, very hard for you to stick to it. Yeah, if it doesn't, it's gonna be very, very hard for you to continue putting the money, because you see now, investment is not a one-off thing. You're not gonna wait for $1 million bob that is gonna come from God knows where, which to 500 G's, and to them probably it's not enough. Yeah, to this person earning 5,000, they're not satisfied with it. The person earning 500,000, you will find people out there who are not satisfied or content with that amount and can't still live below their means. Yeah, and all these people, but they are just living life. Yeah, so what is that, or what percentage is best for you? I think the best way to calculate that percentage is for you to work backwards from your financial independence number. Yeah, from your financial independence number. So if you look at your financial independence number and you want to achieve that number at X number of years, you need to work backwards. As you can probably assume your salary or your income might never change for those number of years, and what amount is that you will need to be putting aside passively. But the good thing with the journey to financial independence, immediately you start putting money aside, trust you me, you'll start looking for where more of that is going to come from. Yeah, where more of that is going to come from. And when you get income raises, yeah, when your income increases from a certain point to a certain point, the best thing for you to do is direct all that extra amount into your investments. Yeah, direct all that extra amount into that investment that you're putting aside, because before that income increased, you were still living within your means. So lifestyle creep is a really, 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 really bad thing that could make you not live below your means, and all these things about peer pressure that usually happen. Another thing about this stage is scarcity mentality. Yeah, is it true that there is only enough for you? How do you clarify now these needs and wants? How do you know it is possible for everyone to achieve financial independence, because living below your means that the kinds of foods that probably you were eating, that eating out that you usually do, you'll need to cut it off. That going out with your friends, yeah, you will need to cut it off. Those conspicuous consumptions and consumerism that you'll find yourself spending money that you hadn't planned to spend, especially when you're starting, because now you've immediately stopped spending. And it's usually a tricky situation, because you might find yourself putting your money somewhere, and when you go out there into the world, consumerism hits you really, really hard. Yeah, and now that you've already invested your money somewhere, you start getting into debt to finance your consumerism. That's a big trap that a lot of people usually get into, and it's easy for you to get into that trap if you haven't decided the kind of lifestyle you want to actually live. Yeah, if you haven't decided what those needs are for you, what those wants are for you, and if you have any debt, you need to put them down and clear them out as well. Yeah, so once you're able to create that discipline, and I think the easiest thing is usually to automate. Yeah, if you're running a business, I think it's gonna be harder because you're in control of everything. Yeah, if you're employed, it's easy for you to just go and tell people, the HR guys, wherever you're working, to just cut off a certain amount and either send it somewhere, invest it somewhere, or stick with it until you have something substantial to do with it. Yeah, because the moment you have money, the moment you say, no, I'll send it to that money market tomorrow morning, trust me, hapo katikati pesa upata job. Yeah, pesa inapata kazi ya kufanya. Yeah, so you need to ensure that if you're not disciplined enough, you need to know the relationship you have with money, so that if you're not disciplined enough, if you haven't built that discipline yet, automate that percentage that you need to set aside to put into investments, automate that expense that you need to set aside to put in savings, or whatever asset it is that you're investing in your financial independence journey. Yeah, so that way it makes things very easy. Yeah, the first month it will hit you hard that, wow, okay, this is not all I earn, but this is all I have right now. Yeah, and you need to make do with that. Yeah, you need to make do with that. And as you go on, as you try to live within your means, the first month is going to be hard. The second month is going to be easier than the previous, and then as time goes by, depending on your environment and your circumstances, it might get easier. Yeah, and if you build that discipline, it might get easier. But if you automate it, makes things very, very easy. So put that money aside. For me, I ended up spending a whole year, yeah, trying to look for places to put that money. Yeah, I didn't automate it, and that's the way I understood my relationship with money. If it comes, I'll find use for it in whatever way. Yeah, it's a bad habit, but that's who I am. That's the relationship, and I think there's usually some places online you can try and get and probably see the habits that you have with money. Yeah, the habits that you, the personality or your money personality, the way it is. Because now, if you don't understand that as well, you're gonna have a very, very hard time putting that money aside. So probably you've built the discipline by now. Investing your money into, not investing or just saving your money because you don't know where to invest initially. So first and foremost, if you do not have enough to put in an asset you think will start giving you passive cash flow, save it. Or if you do not have enough to even put it anywhere in the first place, because of course people are on different levels. Yeah, if you do not have enough to put it anywhere in the first place, invest in knowledge. Yeah, and I think those who are starting, being at a place where they have enough to set aside already, might be at a disadvantage, because now if they do not have the knowledge of where to put their money to, it's going to be a hard journey. Yeah, it's going to be a hard journey. So you need to also now start investing in the knowledge. Yeah, because you see, you can't put your money in something that you do not understand. You need to understand how, when you put your money in that thing, you're going to earn more, or that money is going to make money for you. And you also need to understand how you're going to lose it if you put your money in that space. Yeah, so you need to understand how it's going to make more money for you, and you need to understand how you are going to lose money from that venture. Yeah, so it's not as easy as just reading one blog online and that's where it ends at. It starts from the number of asset classes that are out there. You need to understand what kind of assets are out there and what kind of assets do you need to invest in that will enable you achieve that financial independence number. And you need to diversify that portfolio enough to make you liquid enough, but still also invest in things that will sort you out for the long run. Yeah, because most of the liquid assets usually don't have enough cash flow or very little cash flow. Yeah, but those which are not, for example, real estate, will have much more cash flow than these other assets. So you need to put your money in places you know you are going to achieve your financial independence number. So do your research. We actually did a webinar on asset classes, which I'd really recommend you guys go and watch it. A link will be sent in the comment section about the asset classes that each of us could invest in. Yeah, I'll recommend each of us to go and watch it. So the asset classes that you can invest in, that it's quite diverse. We had an investment consultant who's also a Savorite and investor here at Savo. So as you look into the asset classes, there's a further step that you also need to do as once you've decided that asset class that you want to invest in. I'll give an example of real estate. Once you've decided you think you can start your journey on real estate, to investment with real estate, you need to do your due diligence. Yeah, you need to do your due diligence. You need to go and look at this real estate company or this real estate partner that I want to work with. Are they worthy? Are they worthy putting my money with? Yeah. Will I just ask yourself those two questions? You know how through that partner you're going to make your money is going to make more money for you, and two, through that partner, how or what are the loopholes that could make you lose your money in the first place? Yeah, so you need to deeply understand those two things as you start that journey. Yeah, and allow me to come deeper into real estate and probably into what we offer here as Savo now. First of all, we exist to enable you, the investor, and the person looking to make more financially sound decisions on the journey to enable you achieve financial independence. So we've structured the whole model around that, and we also did, when I mentioned about due diligence, we also did another couple of webinars, not even one, about due diligence, and you can go and learn much more on how to do. We've actually done one ourselves, done another one with our lawyers, and they tell you how to invest out there and what to look out for even when investing with us at Savo. So we've measured in studios and on bedrooms, and this is because these typologies have shown over the past few years to give investors the highest returns, and also in terms of occupancy rates, they usually have the highest occupancy rate. And this is guided by, first of all, the population data, and also second, where we build this affordable, amazing apartment. So once you decide to invest in real estate, or if you think you can start that journey, we have FIRE partners here at Savo who we can link you with, to start this journey to financial independence. And a link is going to be sent in the comment section. We'll connect you with one of our financial independence partners, FIRE partners, that's what we call them. And they will enable you to understand your current situation, get you on that journey to understand how much you can actually put aside every month, and see if real estate can enable you achieve the goals that you actually want to achieve with your investments. Yeah, so that ideally is how that journey stems. Yeah, that is how ideally that journey stems. And from where I started, if I can just go back and just do a quick summary of how we've gotten to this place where you're probably investing in whatever asset you've decided to invest in. We started at that place of defining what financial independence is. And we mentioned that it is having enough assets that generate for you sufficient monthly passive cash flow to finance your needs, wants, and desires. And once your needs, wants, and desires are sorted, you need to know what is that thing that you will be doing. Yeah, what is that thing you will be doing when you retire? Because if that is what you put as your foundation to the investment journey, it's going to really enable you keep at it. Yeah, it's it's probably the thing that you're most passionate about. It's probably the thing that you believe you could be the best in the world at. Yeah, so you need to decide what is that thing, what is that God-given purpose that you have and you want to fulfill as you live this life. Because not everyone is meant for labor. We were all put on this earth to achieve a certain purpose, and what is that purpose for you? And once you have assets that are working for you out there to enable you sort out your needs, wants, and desires, you need to look for something bigger. And that is what we encourage everyone who invests with us to look for, because now we want the impact to be further than just their pockets, but now whatever their passions are and the people that will be impacted by whatever our investors' purposes are. Because now when people set out there to achieve a certain purpose, it is definitely going to impact the world out there and the people out there, and a lot of people are going to gain just because one of us is financially independent, just because one of us is earning passively and doesn't need to work for money anymore. Because once that happens, it creates a flywheel of people who are going to be impacted. Let me just give a very good example of our founders, where they themselves around 20 years ago started that journey to financial independence. Yeah, and they set out their number and they achieved it. Yeah, still through real estate. And once they were at that place where they've created that income that is more than what they both earn, or more than either of their salaries, they decided to start something that now is much more fulfilling, much more impactful to the world out there. And that's how Savo was born. Yeah, because somebody was financially independent and they decided to start something. Yeah, so, and probably on your journey to achieving whatever purpose it is, you might get yourself earning more, yeah, than you actually did, yeah, initially set out to achieve with the financial independence number. So imagine having more people who are actually achieving financial independence, are on that journey to achieve financial independence and have gotten there and are earning enough passive cash flow and are now trying to pursue their God-given purpose, whatever impact it is they'd like to put on the world, on the people on earth. Yeah, whatever kind of impact it is, trust you me, financial independence is gonna propel them further, because now they don't need to think about what their kids are gonna eat. They don't need to think about what their kids, what's going to pay their kids' school fees, because they already have sorted that out. So if you have, I'd like to ask a random question to the people in the audience today. If you have those things taken care of for you, what is that thing that you'll be doing? Yeah, and once you answer that question, you can now go on with this journey. Yeah, you can now go on with this journey and now define what that financial independence number is. Yeah, because you'll define that lifestyle. Want this car, live in this kind of house, and with that lifestyle you've defined, work backwards. How much do you need to survive or to live on that kind of lifestyle? So now you work towards having assets that will enable you achieve that. And for you to do that, like we mentioned, live be below your means. For you to live below your means, you need to budget. Yeah, you need to know where you're putting your money. Yeah, you need to know where your money goes. So continue increasing the percentage that goes to your investment, and that is going to fast track your journey to financial independence. So now you know that you'd like to set aside X amount of money. Once you know what that amount is or what that percentage is, the next thing to do is for you to find that knowledge. Find knowledge on where you need to put your money on, on what you need to put your money on. And once you start gaining that knowledge, you will get to understand what investment to put your money in. And many people have put money out there and it hasn't worked for them. It hasn't worked and it hasn't done anything for them because probably they didn't do enough research, or due diligence wasn't enough, or just failed. Because sometimes it just fails. So you need to understand how that money is going to work for you when you put it in whatever asset it is. And secondly, you need to understand how you are going to lose it if you put it in that asset, if you lose it. So now that you understand that asset, it's time for you to put in that effort, put in ensuring that now you actually put that percentage or that amount. And the best way to do that is to automate. The best way to do that is to automate that certain amount to go straight to wherever it's supposed to go, so that now you can remain with whatever you need for your needs and your wants. You can see Mutisia, he says, after financial independence, I'll leave my God-given purpose to preach the gospel. We have pastors in the house. Thank you so much, Mutisia, for engaging us. So now, once you've automated, it's time for you to find where you're going to get more money to fast track your financial independence journey, be it upskilling yourself so that you can earn more income in terms of salary, be it growing your business so that you can earn more from your business. And that path is exponential. That path has a lot of growth, and it's up to you to decide to consistently keep on that action. I hope I've really put in place and explained how to make those fire decisions, fire-inspired decisions to change your life so that you can eventually achieve your financial independence number, which is the goal. And once you do that, you can get to live or do or pursue your God-given purpose on this earth. And I won't tell you more. I won't tell you a lot about what Savo or how Savo can enable you to do that. But the simple thing that I can let you know is our goal is to enable you earn while you sleep. Our goal is to enable you earn while you sleep. So the best thing you can do right now, just follow the link in the comment section. Fill it. We'll connect you to a fire partner and just go and ask them. Sam told me, you guys can help me earn while I sleep. How can that happen? Just do that. And our fire partners will be able to take care of you on that front. Because, you see, if you do not find a way to earn while you sleep, you will work until you die. And I can believe none of us wants that. Not even Mutisia. Mutisia is already on that journey and at 35K right now. Thank you so much, Mutisia, for engaging us today. So, follow that link. It's going to have... we are going to connect you with a fire partner, and you will start that journey to financial independence. Sawa. So, like I forgot to mention this as I started the webinar. Last week, as we started this week, as we started the month, on Monday, we released our first episode of the Fire Podcast with Savo. And it has amazing conversation. It's the very, very first episode. I'm really happy that Mutisia engaged with it and learned something from it, and so did I, So we are going to be releasing it every other week, just like this webinar. Every other week, you're going to be having the Fire Podcast. So if you're not able to join the webinars, you can be listening to the podcast as you do workout, as you're on your way to work, as you're on that traffic jam back from work, or that idle time you are when you're washing your dishes or your clothes during the weekend. It's the best time to listen to these things. So whenever it is you like to listen to this podcast, trust you me, it's gonna be worth your time. Finn here says, you promised to say your financial independence number. Been waiting. Okay, so thank you for reminding me. My financial independence number is 10 million Kenyan shillings. $100,000 per month. Just that. Like in squeeze dollar imepanda bei. So yeah, 10 million Kenyan shillings per month. All I need to do is just get 1,000 units. Yeah, 1,000 units. It's big, it's hairy, it's audacious, but I'm onto it, yeah, and I am onto it, yeah. And just like you've seen, I mentioned we had the open mic session last week as well in one of our residential communities here in the Ndegwa. We are still going to have another one this month on the 14th of April, still here in the Ndegwa. And come and interact. If you're a person of art is your passion, yeah, you're going to love this. I really, really enjoyed last week's open mic. It was nice to see the amount or the level of talent we have in our residential communities. So yeah, be sure to watch out for that. You're invited. If you're an investor, if you're not an investor, if you're a resident, if you're not a resident, if you're looking to live in one of these residential communities, yeah, so everyone is welcome. Everyone is welcome. The link has been sent there. And if you think you want to start your skills, you can come and try the mic that day. So hakuna aibu mingi, ni ama underdogs because you go basement. So anyway, I'd like to end it at that today. Follow the link. We'll link you up with the Fire partner, or just come and engage with our residential community during the open mic that's going to be happening on the 14th. And finally, watch out for our Fire podcast that's going to be released every Monday. A link has been sent for this week's webinar, our very first pilot episode. So you better go and listen to it. So yeah. Ananiuliza, Finn asks, wow, 10 million, umefika ngapi? Umefika 50 and 70, 57,000. Mahali hapo. Somewhere in between there. Pondio Nico. That's where I'm at. Yeah, I'd like to know you as Finn, as a sign off. So have a good evening, guys. Thank you so much for engaging today. And also, happy Easter in advance. Yeah, happy Easter in advance. Go and take that break. And they usually say Christ is the reason for the season. So also contemplate on that as well. Yeah. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Owning your first apartment in Nairobi has never been easier. It's simple. With zero deposit and 0% interest rate, you can pay as little as 30,000 per month for up to 5 years. Just divide the price by the number of months you want to pay. Visit www.savo.ke to learn more.
Nataka maidisho. Wapi? Hapo sapo. Ya mia. Na hata hingine ukuripa. Na uripe brother. Na watu wanafikiranga mimi nachomanga tu mei hapa. But allow me to introduce myself. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and today we're going to tell you about FIRE. So you may ask, what exactly is FIRE? FIRE is an acronym that stands for Financial Independence, Retire Early, and financial independence is defined as having assets that generate sufficient passive monthly cash flows that enable you to satisfy your needs, your wants, and your desires. To know more about financial independence, join us in our next video. Anyway, acha niendelee kuchoma mei ndio nifike FIRE.
They say that the youth are the future, but we believe that the youth are the present.
Change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the change that we seek.
Join a community of the change makers, the innovators, the visionaries who dare to dream big and make it happen. They are the ones who will shape the future, who will challenge the norms, and who will create a better world for us all. Those who dare to dream big and make it happen. Click on the banner to join the movement today.
Freshly sliced tomatoes, done. Sliced onions, done. Guys, I might have lied. I'm not a chef, but allow me to reintroduce myself. So today we're in the kitchen and we would love to take this chance to let you know the ingredients that make Savo. So first of all, we have discipline, and discipline is not conformity or any other hard-like behavior, but it is alignment of purpose, strategy, tactics, and actions to our core. And you may ask, what is our core? As Savo, we exist to enable investors achieve financial independence through low risk, high return, amazing, affordable apartments. So secondly, we have partnership. Partnership is derived from an old French word, partenaire, which means a joint heir. In Savo, partnership is not just about working together, but it's about sharing the spoils of war, where any interaction that you have is always a win-win interaction. Our third core value is experience, and here at Savo, we intentionally strive to ensure that we give you a good experience every time we interact with you, to ensure that you become that great person that you intend that you actually are. Last but not least, we have value, innovation, and what can I say this means? More value, less cost. So thank you so much, guys, for joining us, and see you next time where we tell you more about us.
Your money will never do better than what your mindset will allow. Maybe your budget is out of whack. This year, we're gonna try something hopefully fun.
You'll win a year of financial and investing coaching from yours truly.
We are here to help people save, earn more, invest. The way that we manage our money influences every aspect of our lives, and yet no one ever formally teaches it to us.
I'm Lindsay. I've been living paycheck to paycheck. I'm trying to break out of this cycle.
I thought football was the only way to make money and make a lot of it. I ended up getting released. My world came crashing down. That made me take a step back and open my eyes up to my money.
We are earning a lot for the first time. We're also spending a lot.
You're spending $1,200 a month on groceries. That is banquet level spending.
I'm living the fear that if my heart were to break down, I don't know how we would buy another one.
How much did you splurge on a couple chains, couple earrings, a couple watches?
60.
Right now, if you would have put $60,000 into the S&P 500, would be $112,000.
Spending less is the quick and easy solution, but there's a limit to how much you can frugal down. There's no limit to how much you can make.
I'm getting a raise at work.
You're getting on the other side of, I like to call it post-traumatic broke syndrome. Sis, you know I've been there.
That is exactly what I'm feeling.
I feel like the definition of money has shifted.
The money is to help create the life that you really desire, and that is your reward for taking care of it.
It doesn't feel like this is something that's insurmountable anymore. I'm ready to do this work. I'm ready to get to the point of financial wholeness.